In this video, I will show you how I passed the CompTIA PenTest Plus in under 1 month and how I will do it again in 2025. Let's go. So if you clicked on this video, it's most likely the case you already know what the CompTIA PenTest Plus adds to your resume. It's not as prestigious as the OSCP, but it is still a really good cert to have, and it shows hiring managers that you don't just have blue team experience, you have that red team experience too. I would say it's a good cert to get too, not just for the hiring managers, but because it's going to give you that fundamental knowledge you're going to want to need if you ever go above and get an OSCP, for example. To crush this certification in under a month, we're going to talk about 5 key steps that I use. The first step is the CompTIA PenTest book. Already off the bat, you guys are probably like, oh my god, a book, bro, I gotta read. I've seen a lot of videos doing research of how people feel about books, and on YouTube a lot of people like to complain. I know a lot of people like watching videos instead of reading, but guys, when it comes to the book, it's a lot of knowledge that gets dropped on you that most of these videos are not covering. When someone does a YouTube video, they're mainly trying to entertain you, get views. No, I'm gonna be for real with you. If you're trying to learn everything there is to learn about the material, you need to read the book, because there's a reason it's like 300, 400, 500 pages, because it's covering a bunch of different topics in detail. Now, to get that in video format on YouTube, for example, for free, you're probably going to miss out on that. But again, the book is going to help you connect all the concepts and understand it better. You can even skim over all the chapters if you want. Whatever you don't know about a specific chapter, I would suggest writing that down so you can go back to it later. The book will also serve as a good reference guide. Let's say you finally get to the practice questions, you can go back to the book to understand what's going on in the practice questions and why the answer really is what it is. The second method is going to be the CompTIA CertMaster Practice. The CertMaster Practice is good. This CertMaster I've used for the pen test, the CYSA, the Security Plus. It's great. The reason I say it's great is because not only does the book provide you with some practice questions and the learning material, the CertMaster Practice also gives you additional simulated exams that you could take. These simulation exams are really close to kind of what you see on the test day. So I really like CompTIA for that, because the training that they provide to you mostly resembles what you're going to see when it comes to taking your exam in person or online or whatever. Some other vendors, I'm not going to say the names, sometimes you'll study them, and when it comes to test day, you're like, bro, what the heck? But CompTIA is really good for whatever they put on the training you're going to see. And not only does it have the simulated practice exams, they also have like matching games that you could use to match terms to the definitions. So if you're somebody that needs a little bit of more stimulation, like a game, that's also really good for that. The third method is Quizlet, bro. Quizlet is crazy. I literally pay the $8 or $10 a month. I don't know what it is, but bro, I'm not sponsored by Quizlet. Quizlet, shout me out, but Quizlet, bro, is literally so goated when it comes to studying. I have used Quizlet for almost every certification I've done since I started my bachelor's and finished it. So PenTest Plus, Project Plus, CCMP, Encore, CCMP, and RC, a bunch of other certs, bro. Quizlet. Quizlet is so amazing because not only does it let you do the flashcards, it lets you do what's called learn within Quizlet. So your flashcards, all the flashcards that you get, you can do the learn option, and it'll test you. You can either write out the option, it'll do a multiple choice. And you know what? Let's go ahead and show you. I'm going to show you what that looks like. Alright, so we're on Quizlet. As you can see, I got my PenTest Plus flashcards here. Again, this thing is super helpful, dude. So the learn is only going to be as good as the flashcards you give. So I'm just going to scroll down to a random question right here on the flashcard I made. A pen tester uses MMAP to scan a network. In an effort to evade intrusion detection system, the tester uses a timing option. Which option works best in this situation? So as you can see, I put the options down in the flashcard, and then I put the answer as T1. And then I give the explanation. T1, in some cases, network devices enforce rate limiting using the MMAP command with a time option of T0 and T1 are the best choices for intrusion detection system evasion, but are extremely slow. And the other options, I'll also put a reason why that's not the correct answer. Alright, so the flashcard is going to look like this, right? And it's going to give you the flashcard, you're going to flip it, you're going to say if you got it right or not, and it's going to move it to no, don't know. If you don't know it, boom, I didn't get this right, you will mark it there. So that's all good and everything, but what I'm saying is the game changer is this learn. Also, test is good. But learn, bro, when you go here, let's do a restart learn. And it gives you the option, do you want to cram for it? Do you want to memorize it all? So let's say I want to memorize it all. So a pen test team reports an issue to a client that may have legal ramifications. Which of the following issues may have legal ramifications if reported? So I'm going to pick a random one, not even looking. So because I got it wrong, it's going to tell me the correct answer, the wrong answer that I picked. And if I were to continue going, it would give you that question again. So it reinforces what you don't know. You guys understand? So if you get a question wrong, it's going to boom, send it to you again. If you get it right, it's like, okay, he gets this concept, and it's not going to show you that question as much. So it throws out to you more concepts that you don't know than the ones you do know to really get your weak points becoming more of a strong point. All right, the next option that we're going to be talking about is option 4, and that's the CompTIA PenTest Plus learning path on TryHackMe. TryHackMe I talked about in my CYSA video. This thing is great because you always want to put into practice what you're learning about. I think there's like this rule for like every 1 hour of studying, you want to do like 3 hours labbing. So something like this is good because not only are you reading everything from the book, the CertMaster Practice, when you go into this CompTIA PenTest Plus, look, you can literally do pen testing fundamentals. You can do things with Metasploit, Wireshark, Burp Suite. Something that comes up a lot is like SQL injection, so you're going to be able to do that in here as well. So this is a really great path to do. You don't got to do every single path. If you want to do this under a month, you don't got to. It depends how hard you want to go, but you can definitely do this in under a month while studying and doing all that. All right, this path again, if you want to reinforce your knowledge further, go ahead and do this. You will see some simulations on the exam. I think it was like maybe 3 to 5. I took it last year, but 3 to 5. I took it last year. There's supposed to be a new version of PenTest Plus coming out, but the concepts to learning this is all the same, right? They can make a new version tomorrow. I don't care. The concept to learn it is all going to be the same. All right, and the 5th option is ChatGPT. ChatGPT is also golden, bro. We have AI. We have things that can literally become our teachers and explain things in detail with a quick prompt. All right, so I'm going to show you an example of how I would use ChatGPT if I was learning this from scratch. All right, so let's say I got Quizlet and ChatGPT right next to each other like a dynamic duo, all right? So let's say I go ahead here and I copy the question the flashcard is asking me and the answer. I don't know why the answer is the answer. I'm going to put it in here, okay? So it's literally, and all you're going to do is ask it why is the answer non-OSI, for example. So it's going to tell you why the correct answer includes non-OSI vulnerabilities because logic vulnerabilities refers to flaws in how applications or systems are designed. So it gives you the answer, it breaks it down, and it also breaks down the other options. So this is really good, and you should use this to add further onto your flashcards. Again, because this learn feature that we talked about is only going to be as good as the flashcards you put into it. So again, let ChatGPT kind of be like your little guide when going through things. If you don't know and you're stuck in your head, put it into ChatGPT, or you can even Google it. ChatGPT is a little bit quicker with the answers. I could even say, explain this to me like I was a 3rd grader, and it will break it down further with analogies to help me understand. So it's a really great tool to use. All right, and last up is really an honorable mention. I would say Udemy is also another great resource to use for studying. I personally did not use it to pass this test in under a month because I feel like all the other methods I provided will definitely help you do that. But Udemy, again, if you're somebody that likes to watch videos, I would suggest finding the most recommended person on that topic and go into that course on Udemy. For example, I used Udemy when I did my CCNP, and I watched Kevin Wallace to learn topics because sometimes some concepts, again, I feel you. You can't really get it on a book because it's so dry and plain. So somebody who can really break it down and help you understand, I would suggest going with them. All right, so to put it all together, what I would do in combination with all these methods is study 2 to 3 hours a day. Let's say I wanted to start July 1st and I wanted to take the test August 1st. 2 to 3 hours a day, that's about 77 hours, right? So 77 hours to pass this test with all these methods. You're doing the practice exams. And by the way, when you're doing the practice exams, or the simulated exams, I should say, from the CertMaster Practice, you want to make sure you're noting them down. So for example, exam 1 I got a 60, exam 2 I got an 80, exam 3 I got a 90. You should know you're ready to take the test when all of your exam simulation scores are above a 90 consistently. WGU uses this guideline. My old community college uses this guideline. So the fact that universities are using, if you need to get 90% or above to get a voucher as a guideline, that means it's a pretty good guideline to use before taking the test, because it lets you know 90% and above, you really grasping all the concepts. I'm not saying memorize the answers, but I'm saying understand the concepts, make sure you're getting 90% and above. People say try not to memorize the answers. You're going to end up memorizing questions if you do the practice test so much, but I don't think that's a problem. I think that's a benefit. You're memorizing what goes to what, and because you memorized it, you kind of still understand the concepts of why it is. So if you're using ChatGPT, remember, break it down further for yourself to understand what's going on. Quizlet Learn is key, bro. That thing is going to help you out so much to pass this in under a month. If you guys like this video and got value from it, make sure you check out this playlist where I talk about how to pass other certs quickly. I'll catch you guys on the next one.